Alibaba just told its engineers they are not allowed to use Claude code. Not discouraged, not flagged for review, banned, and classified as high-risk software. That one corporate IT decision is a signal flare for something much bigger. A split in the global AI ecosystem that is happening faster than most people realize. Claude Code is Anthropic's AI-powered coding assistant. It sits inside your development environment, reads your codebase, and helps engineers write, debug, and refactor software faster. It is genuinely powerful, and it has been adopted rapidly across Silicon Valley and European tech firms. Developers love it, which makes Alibaba's move all the more pointed. Here is the surface-level explanation. Alibaba, like most large Chinese technology companies, operates under strict data governance rules. Sending proprietary source code to a US-based AI model raises obvious red flags. When you use Claude code, your code goes somewhere, to Anthropic's infrastructure, which sits under US jurisdiction and US law. For a company like Alibaba, that is not a neutral fact. But let's go deeper, because the data security explanation is only part of the story. The other part is competitive intelligence, national strategy, and the slow-motion decoupling of two technology superpowers. China has been building its own AI stack aggressively. Alibaba has its own coding models. Baidu has Ernie. DeepSeek shocked the world earlier this year with performance that rivaled frontier US models at a fraction of the cost. When Alibaba bans Claude code, it is not just protecting data. It is channeling its engineers toward domestic alternatives. It is building a habit, a dependency, an ecosystem, all inside China's own walls. And this pressure works in both directions. US companies are facing mounting restrictions on which Chinese AI tools their employees can use. The walls are going up on both sides simultaneously. The people most directly affected are the engineers themselves. A developer at Alibaba who has been using Claude code, who has built workflows around it, now has to switch. That friction is real, and it slows things down. But there is a larger workforce implication here. If the global AI toolset bifurcates, one set of tools for Chinese developers, another for everyone else, you end up with two separate skill graphs, two separate communities of practice, two internets, but for AI. For Anthropic, this ban is a reminder that geopolitics is now a ceiling on their addressable market. The Chinese enterprise market, hundreds of millions of engineers and developers, is effectively closed to them. For Western companies operating in China, and there are still many, this creates a painful compliance dilemma. Do your teams in Shanghai use the same tools as your teams in Seattle? Increasingly, the answer is no. There is also a regulatory dimension that will not stay quiet for long. Governments in Europe, the US, and across Southeast Asia are watching moves like this closely. They are asking whether AI tools should be treated like critical infrastructure and regulated accordingly. We are not far from a world where a company's choice of AI coding assistant is a compliance question reviewed by lawyers, not just a productivity question answered by engineering leads. So, what happens next? Expect more of this, not just from Alibaba, from governments, from defense contractors, from financial institutions, from any organization that handles sensitive data, and has finally woken up to the fact that AI tools are not neutral pipes. The AI companies that win in this environment will be the ones that can offer genuine data sovereignty guarantees, on-premise deployment, air-gapped environments, contractual protections that hold up under multiple legal systems at once. Here's what you should take away from this. Alibaba banning Claude code looks like a policy memo. It is actually a preview of the world we are building. One where your AI tools, your data, and your alliances are all part of the same geopolitical equation. The age of frictionless, borderless AI adoption is already ending, if it ever truly existed. The question now is not which AI tools are the most capable. It is which ones you are allowed to use and who gets to decide that. That is a question that goes well beyond technology. And it is one that every developer, executive, and policymaker is going to have to answer, whether they are ready or not.